Good morning.
Morning, peoples.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome to the rundown. It's your first 15-minute break of the day with me, Paulette, and of course,
Cullen.
what is happening in the news, Cullen? It's a lot of
Yeah,
stuff to cover. So where should we
yeah.
begin?
Let's talk about the reparations.
Oh Lord. Oh, so we gonna go there first.
Yeah,
We just gonna hit him in the head with the reparations.
might as well.
So what do we know about it?
I think California passed the bill to pay Black Americans $1.2 million in reparations.
So
Did I
is
get that
that
right?
per person
Per
or
person.
what? Okay, now I got questions. All right, so let's talk about this real quick. California reparation panels, okay, state apology and payments. State apology? First of all, let's talk about the fact that California is named after a Black woman. A lot of people
Mm,
don't know that.
didn't know that.
California's Reparations Task Force voted Saturday to approve recommendations on how the state may compensate and apologize to Black residents for generations of harm caused by discriminatory practices. So, this 9 member committee, convened 2 years ago, gave final approval at a meeting in Oakland to a hefty list of proposals that now go to state lawmakers to consider for reparations legislation. So, reparations are not morally justifiable, but they have the potential to address longstanding racial disparities and inequalities. And we could talk about that for eons because we're still living in it. We're still
Right.
seeing it every single day. I think from jobs and working in corporate, we see it a lot, and it's unfortunate. Um, from a Black woman's perspective, I'm going to say this. Black women are the most educated group of people in the United States, but we are still the most underpaid. That's why you're finding more Black women that are becoming self-employed as opposed to not,
That's correct.
because we control our own narrative that way, if
Right.
you will. So um, that's number one. Another one is housing. You remember redlining.
Yeah.
And another thing that we learned, shout out to Lamar Tyler for this one, in the convo. Um, the sad part is the GI Bill was designed for soldiers once they got out of the military
Yep.
to go to college in XYZ, but that was only for white
Yeah, they didn't
soldiers.
give it to the black
They
folk.
didn't give it to the Black soldiers. They
Yep.
they the GI Bill for Black soldiers was so that they could learn how to have a trade, if you will. Right? It wasn't. You weren't able to use the GI Bill for housing and to purchase a home, and so the disparities continue even now to this day. Even though I know for sure my brother just purchased his home with it, but so many different disparities, like where we are living, how
Yeah.
people make decisions in real estate, even now to this day, and they won't let you see specific houses in specific areas because they're saying that they're full. So it continues to this day, and this is nationwide. It's not just California. Do I think that? Do you think, Cullen, that reparations is the answer? And what does that look like? Is it monetary only?
I think it's a start. I mean, other communities get reparations, you know.
That part.
So
Oh my God.
why can't black folk get reparations? I think it's a start. I
Yeah.
like that California is leading that charge.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully, other states will follow suit.
Right.
But I definitely think it's way past time. Where
Wow.
it's way past time.
And it's funny that you said that because I had totally forgot. You're absolutely right. At reparations, who else got reparations?
I think that don't isn't the Jewish community or some
Yep,
of the Jews? Yeah,
yep, they got it. And then the Japanese in some
yeah,
form after
yeah,
World War II.
definitely.
And so they just continue to tell us all the time, forget about it,
All right,
forget about it. And so the sad part is that I think being one of the most disenfranchised group of people outside of Native Americans in this country, um, we're continuously being told, get over it, forget
right.
about
Or
it,
forget
don't
about it. Yeah.
tell. Yeah.
Mhm.
And so I think that that's really unfortunate because I mean, and then to find out, what they're doing in Florida is absolutely atrocious with CRT, uh,
Mm.
not wanting to talk about what the truth is. They've even gone so far as to take out the race of Rosa Parks. I understand that
Yes,
from some of their
I saw
books.
that.
I was like, what in the, like, y'all don't want her to know the shoot. What? So how did the civil rights movement begin?
Well, eventually, they was probably going to take that out the books altogether.
But think about it, Cullen. When we were in school, when we were in elementary school, slavery was a blip. It was a paragraph.
Right. And here's the thing with that, and it's the disparity from North and South,
Yeah,
right? Because when I moved to the South, I found out so much history,
yeah.
civil rights history that we never even heard of up north.
Wow.
And it's just crazy. And I was telling my wife, that they're lucky because it's different for them because their parents lived it.
Yeah.
Their parents
Yeah.
walked with King, and
Mhm.
so they appreciate it in a different way because they lived it. So they're kind of
Yeah.
like, yeah, Selma, they walk with King, yeah. But I'm just like in awe. I'm like, wow, I
Yeah.
didn't know
You
this
heard
happened.
about it, but you didn't.
Yeah,
You
but
know.
some stuff you didn't even hear about, or
Right.
you heard just a blip, like you said, just a blip.
Mhm.
But then you hear the backstory from people that were
Yeah.
there,
Mhm. From
that
people
were
that were
it.
there.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's crazy.
It is. It's totally mind boggling because and I even hear stories like my dad. He talks about, because he's in the South and where he grew up. um, he remembers desegregation. He remembers when it happened. But I remember when we were in Wisconsin, they hadn't desegregated the schools yet, even when we were in elementary school. I can
Mm,
remember that. And a lot of my kids still can't believe that to this day. So it's you see so many different things. And how do you, I don't think you can ever erase. So it's not about erasing what happened,
right.
but we are literally the result of what happened. Like you and I and others, you know what I mean? Like we're sitting here and we're watching um the stories be told. And it's really up to us to continue to tell those. So I
Yeah,
just wanted to kind of talk
because
about that.
if we don't talk about it, it's probably going to happen again.
Absolutely. And we
So
can't have that happen.
mhm,
Not on my watch. Not on my
no.
watch. So let's talk about sports, sir. Or at least
Yes,
you
the
can.
so the Lakers and the Golden State
Yeah.
Warriors played last
Hmm.
night. The Lakers beat them, which was great. They're up 3 games to 1. So they just have one more game to win. I know a lot of people were it's a big thing with LeBron and Steph Curry. It's been a really good series, a really
Really?
good, yeah. Even though it's been 3-1, but it's
Hmm.
been a really good series. The games have been really close and great. Well, a couple blowouts, but for the most part, the series has been really good. Then you don't really get to see you know players like LeBron and Steph go against each other.
Yeah.
I mean they're all time greats. And then you get to
Yeah.
see them play it out in real time,
Yeah.
and so it's going back to Golden State. I think they play tomorrow, so we shall see. It should be a
Right.
good series, and also Miami, they're beating up on New York Knicks. I'm not sure what's going on with the Knicks, but they're up 3-1. So, man, I don't know. I think
So
I
what is so okay, can you help me?
yes.
Why you already laughing? Why you
I'm
laughing,
not.
man?
I'm not. What's your question?
So the question is, what does all this mean? So are somebody go
So when a team is up 3-1, it's really difficult to come back from that.
okay.
Not a lot of teams have come back trailing in a series 3-1 because you just got to win 4 games.
Yeah.
So that means they have to win three games in a row, pretty much. And
Okay.
that's really difficult to do in the playoffs. Um,
Uh-huh.
the difference between the Golden State Warriors and Lakers series and the New York Knicks Miami series is that people still give the Warriors hope. Number one, because they're defending champions,
Okay.
they have the pedigree. If any team can do it, it's probably them. The last team to do it against them was LeBron's team that won the championship. They were down 3-1,
Okay.
and they came back and beat them. Right, that's before they got Durant and went won a few more championships. But yeah, it's really difficult. So I think the winners of these series go to the conference finals, and then
Okay.
whoever win the conference finals go to the finals.
That's where I was getting to, because ultimately it's got to end somewhere. Like,
Yeah,
is it
so it'll
is
be
it
like a final four, like in college basketball. Whoever
Mhm.
wins these two series, it'll be like the final four, so to speak. The
Got
best two
it.
teams in the West and the two teams left in the East.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay. Okay. So see, that's helpful for somebody like me who watches basketball from
Mm-hmm.
afar. Yeah. So I'm just saying.
Okay,
So, um, what's happening with the economy, sir? What's
you, t-
happening? What's going
you
on?
tell me because it's getting
Uh,
rough out
it
there.
is. And so I was checking out some news this morning about where Biden is going to be meeting with. Um, First of all, he is running again.
Of
Let's talk
course, yeah.
about that. He is
Hmm.
running again. And the second thing is he's also going to be meeting with what's this guy's name? And I absolutely have forgotten it. Help me out. Help me out.
Oh, I
Help
don't
me
know.
out.
Is he
Okay.
meeting with Kevin McCarthy? McCarthy
Yeah, so Speaker of the House
about the
Kevin
debt
McCarthy,
ceiling?
he's going to be talking about the economy and what they need to do, because if not, we're in for a rude awakening in terms of what's going to happen with our money. So
Right.
they want to raise the debt ceiling once again. I thought they just did that. Didn't they just do that?
Yeah, but that's an ongoing thing. You know, can they
Okay,
just get?
so
All they doing is just kicking the can down the street. That's all they're doing.
I like the way that you said that. They're kicking the can down the street.
Yeah, that's all they're doing.
Uh, so it's frustrating for me because we're already seeing massive layoffs. That's number one. The other thing that we're starting, and when I say massive, 10,000 people is massive, Cullen. Okay. And that's how come yesterday when we were talking about black folks, this is the lowest unemployment rate for black folks in over what, 8 or 10 years or something like that. I don't believe that. No more than I can spit across this to that tree over there, because people are being laid off in mass numbers. Not 500 people. A company down the street moved here from Japan, just laid off the entire crew,
Mm,
right? And so it's because there's been a lack of sales. And so, what does that mean for us as consumers and as business owners? Because business owners are starting to feel the crunch.
all
Are we
right,
not? We
all
are.
right, yeah,
We're starting to feel it. And here's something else that I have a concern with. So, in the midst of all of this, the American dollar is losing its value.
yeah. Hmm. And
So
while
it's,
we're over here fighting, with each other and not wanting to work everything out, other countries are just getting together and like, you know what, in the United States, we don't want them to be big dog anymore. You know,
right. And ultimately, at this point, it really comes down to the money.
yeah.
So there are several countries that have banded together to say that we're going to create our own money. We're going to do
Hmm.
this. I know um, the Kenyan president was like, the American dollar is no longer needed here. We're going to use our own money. That
They
was
went all
one.
digital, didn't they? I think they went
Huh?
all. I think they went all digital. Yeah,
I didn't know that. Did they?
they actually see. This is the bad part about it. They
Oh,
actually
snap.
went all digital and are forcing people. They like you cannot use paper money anymore, and they even go as far as allotting how much people can take.
No.
Yes, that's where the problem lies, especially when something goes all digital, and then the government can kind of control how much money you can have every day, and that's
Yeah.
basically what's going on there. They only can get like I heard like $40 a week, and this is coming from people. This is coming from people that live in Nigeria that I know that they're saying that this is what they're coming working against. You
Are you
know,
serious?
yeah, it's crazy.
Okay, so now y'all know I got to go ahead and do my little research, because
Yes,
we need to be talking about this.
we do.
Now, let's talk about digital money really quick, because I know it's almost time to wrap.
Yeah.
digital money. So if the American dollar is losing its value, they are trying to do this thing in July of 2023 this year with Fed Now, where it's an automated service, very much like Zelle and Cash App and so forth. And a lot of banks have already signed up to be a part of this. Now, my
Yeah.
question is was it a requirement? Do you lose something as a bank if you don't sign up for it? But the question that I have is, and these are some of the things that I think are important to discuss and to be concerned with. Number one, all of this stuff is happening right up under the voters' noses.
Yep.
That's my problem with this whole thing. Okay, so we're sitting here like sitting freaking ducks, watching all of this occur, and y'all ain't gonna get out and vote next year. Okay, let that sink in. You're
And
not
these,
gonna vote in your
you know,
local.
this is not. This is something that's not just an overnight thing. This has been
Been
years in
going
the
on.
making. This is years in
Absolutely.
the making.
Absolutely. So now Fed Now is going to come in and it's going to literally be the portal with which your money is going to go into your bank account, from what I'm
Yeah.
understanding. And so because of that, the banks, the feds are going to know how much money you're bringing in XYZ. So
Yep.
even if you are using Cash App, if you're using PayPal, if you're using Zelle, but if your bank is connected with Fed Now, it's going to go through there
Yep.
to your account, from what I'm understanding.
Sure.
So
Not sure how much I like that. Don't
I
think I
don't
like it.
like that
Yeah.
because then it comes down to how much money I can spend a day. You gonna block me, bro, for my own coinage?
Yep.
What's up with that? So there are so many different concerns that I have there. So I'm gonna say this again. Now's the time to get out and vote. We got a lot of stuff that's happening right now. If y'all don't get out and vote, this is y'all fault. If this stuff falls to the ground, and I'm
Yep.
gonna just say it like this. Um, if you continue to allow the people that you won't vote out to make decisions for you, you get what you deserve. The
So,
unfortunate part is for those of us that are getting out and we're voting and we're doing the research and we're getting the things that we need so that we're clear on the mess that is being passed in the dark. DeSantis, right? See, I could go there, but we not today. So when
mhm.
we're doing these things and we're not paying attention, we're more worried about the Pradas and the Gucci's and the Louis than we are about finding out why things are turning out the way that they are. We need to stop sleeping on what is happening with the people that we voted in and those that we will not vote out. Okay, I'm done.
Totally agree.
Okay, all right.
Totally
So
agree.
Ooh, all right, Cullen. I know we got about a minute, but I wanted to definitely share with everybody this month's issue of Brownstone Living magazine before we wrap. All right, so you guys go ahead and get your issue. The easiest way to do that is to go to bit.ly/monthly 599 bit.ly/monthly 599. You can go ahead and get your issue of Brownstone Living magazine. We are recognizing our military this month, and of course, as you can see, we have Major General Johnny Davis, who is on the cover. If you want to find out his story and figure out how you can read up more on who he is and his family and what he's been up to, this is a great way to do that. Also, this month, we're going to be honoring our moms, and we're going to be talking about a big one that nobody in our community likes to talk about, and that's mental health care. All
Right.
right. There's so much more that's in this month's magazine, including the people in the neighborhood. Stay connected with us on Facebook at Brownstone Worldwide and all things Brownstone Worldwide. Subscribe to us on the YouTube channel so you can check out what's happening with all of our air personalities. And don't forget, I'm coming back on later on this afternoon for the day shift, followed by Dr. Michelle Josie and Numbers Don't Lie. Download the KCCR app while you're at it. There it is up there in the corner. Okay. All right. We got anything else, Cody?
No, I think that's about it for the night for today.
All right. Well, you guys, we will see you in these internet streets. Go get out there and enjoy your day. And we'll see you all tomorrow for another 15-minute break with the morning rundown.